What's going on, YouTube? Alright, so today I'm going to show you one of the most broken teams in Wuthering Waves. I'm talking about huge damage numbers on screen. This team consists of Jinshi, Zhezhi, and Verina. And let me tell you, when this team comes together, it is absolutely ridiculous. So sit back, relax, and let's break down how this team absolutely deletes enemies. And of course, we're going to finish out with the showcase so you can see what I'm talking about in action. Now, if you're just here for the showcase, feel free to skip to that part of the video. But for anybody that's wondering about my builds and how to play the team, I'm going to cover that first. Alright, so let's kick things off with my queen, Jinshi. So first things first, check out my 97% crit rate. Yeah, she's a walking death sentence. I do have her signature weapon, Ages of Harvest, at level 90. I'm running the Celestial Light Echo set with Jue as my main echo with the crit damage main stat. If you have Jinshi's signature weapon, because it has a crit rate main stat, it's going to be best to use a crit damage main stat on your Jue echo, because as always, you're going to try to want to balance everything out between your crit rate and crit damage ratio. Full disclaimer here, I'm using food buffs to achieve that 97% crit rate, and if you're not using food buffs, you're just hurting yourself. So go level up that cooking skill if you haven't already. Now, as for Jinshi's skills, I've maxed out everything except for her intro skill and her basic attack. Why? Because when you're hitting this hard, you don't really need the basics. But actually, it's just because I'm leveling a lot of characters, and I just haven't had the resources to level those up yet. Now for Zhezhi, the unsung hero of this team. Check out her energy regen, which I have at 175%. She's basically constantly chugging a monster energy drink, and her ultimate is always up. And that's important because Zhezhi's ultimate plus her outro skill is what makes Jinshi go from scary to terrifying. Now, I know, I don't have her signature weapon because, you know, I'm on a budget here. Instead, I'm using the String Master, which is actually Yinlin's signature weapon. I couldn't afford Zhezhi's signature weapon, but that's because I'm saving for Shorekeeper in version 1.3. Priorities, guys. Priorities. Okay, so for her echoes, we're running the Moonlit Cloud set, which is like giving Jinshi an extra boost of caffeine so that she keeps dunking on everything that she comes into contact with. My main echo is Impermanence Heron with a crit rate main stat. You can kind of do whatever you want with this, depending on what you need for your crit rate, crit damage ratio. For her 3-cost echoes, I have 1 main stat of Glacio damage and 1 main stat of energy regen. I find that having the 1 3-cost echo with the energy regen main stat is super helpful in keeping her ultimate up as often as possible, because at the end of the day, Zhezhi's job is not to put up huge damage numbers. Her job is to make Jinshi hit harder than Mike Tyson after he's hit a line of cocaine and just beat the shit out of Jake Paul. Now, I'm not going to spend very much time on Verina because we all know what she does, right? She heals. Her build is not all that important for what I'm doing here. In fact, I don't show it here, but I'm using the 4-star weapon called Comet Flare, and it's only level 40. Because right now, I just don't have a better weapon for her, and I'm just gonna wait until I get Shorekeeper's weapon because that will probably be her best in slot. Okay, so now let's talk about how to actually play the team. First, you just start with Jinshi's basic rotation, do her thing, proc her outro skill, and switch to Verina. Hit Verina's outro skill and drop her ultimate. Then immediately switch to Zhezhi and get that Forte gauge full as quick as you can. Once Zhezhi is done teleporting to all 3 of her birds with her skill, pop her ultimate and hit the Impermanence Heron Echo. And now it's time to switch back to Jinshi. This is where the real fun starts. Jinshi is going to pop off with all of the buffs from Zhezhi and Verina, and you're going to see some ridiculous damage numbers. Alright, now for the fun part, the showcase. We're going to take on the Crownless Level 5 Hologram, which is a level 90 hologram, and I'm just going to let the numbers speak for themselves. Just watch. So yeah, that's how you run this team. If you want to watch bosses just melt in front of you, go ahead and give it a try. Honestly, I'm still amazed at how strong this team is. And hey guys, if you found this video helpful or interesting, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more team guides, gameplay, and Wuthering Waves and gacha content. And let me know in the comments if you've hit even crazier numbers with your Jinshi. Thanks for listening to me yap. Later.
Damn.